Hello, I wanted to talk about a topic that's not really discussed too much in the public eye. It's sexual abuse. Childhood sexual abuse is something that is always, or most of the time, is just pushed under the rug, and it's never discussed. And the children are left to figure out how to heal and recover on their own. It's not easy, and it doesn't just happen without you putting the effort into it. In my case, I was abused from age 5 until I was 12 by a man who was supposed to be, a father figure. He was my stepfather. And it just destroyed me. It destroyed my thought process. It destroyed my feelings. I learned very early on that I had to hide my feelings. I couldn't say the truth. I couldn't say how I felt. He threatened me in more ways than one. And it wasn't something that I was okay talking about with anyone. So after the abuse ended, I did what most victims do. You ignore it, you move on, and you block it out. But that doesn't really work. That's not what you're supposed to do. But most of us do that. Well, the feelings and the memories and all of that gets blocked out eventually comes back to haunt you. And usually it happens years, even decades later. In my case, it was in my 20s. When another traumatic event happened, which was the death of my father, that spiraled me down, and I lost control out of myself. I lost control over my life, and I caused more damage than I was able to repair. It took 2 years for me to finally get myself back on track, and now that I'm in my 40s is when I'm finally able to speak about this publicly. My abuser is out of prison. He is living in Texas. He was not prosecuted for my case. I was never able to prosecute him because I was too scared and quiet and shy, and I was shut down by the time my abuse came out. So he did go on to abuse other children. Now that he is out of prison, I did some real digging into my life, and I decided it was time to write my story and make my voice heard, because my voice has never been heard. So I wrote a book. It's called My Unheard Voice. It is on Amazon, an ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Here is what it looks like. I am here to help any other victims who need help, because you need to know that it is not your fault. Nothing that happened to you is your fault. You were an innocent child, and you were an innocent victim, and you didn't choose this. It took me decades for me to understand that I didn't choose this. It wasn't my fault. I was not to blame, and nothing I did made him do the things he did to me. Nothing that I did should make anybody do the things that he did to me. In my book, I go into detail into years of my abuse, plus everything that happened afterwards. If anybody needs anything, please reach out to me. I am here to help. Thank you.